So I just realized that I never told you about that surprise thing that Shauna mentioned yesterday, so I'll tell you about that in a second. I'm gonna casually open this door so I can cameo everybody who's in study rooms. Look, it's Greg and Pat and Tien. Okay. So they're there, but they're all really quiet and serious. So it's maybe I won't make this video in the room because they're all super quiet and serious. So this morning on KK, what did I talk about? I don't even remember. That's awkward. Give me a second to think about this. Awkward silence. How can I fill this awkward silence? I'm trying to think of something I can say and still be thinking. So this Taylor Swift shirt was something I kind of got for Brandon, my dad. I think I told you about him before. I totally sent you a snap. And we were supposed to let him try it on before I left, just because we wanted to see if it would fit him, because it was a small and it's a crop top. It's kind of for girls. So we wanted him to put it on, and I forgot to make him put it on because I'm stupid. I just realized I didn't need to put headphones in. I don't know why I did that. Oh well, now I look awkward. My skin looks really washed out in this lighting. What is with this lighting? Yeah, but I really like my outfit today. It's super casual and American, so that's fun. And apparently Taylor Swift's birthday is tomorrow, so I'm a reppin' by wearing this shirt. But I also wore the shirt because Brandon loves Taylor Swift and all, and I wanted to show him the shirt. I wore the shirt just for you, and it was super funny because he dressed up way up because we were gonna go see a musical play thing, but then we didn't because he realized that he didn't want to drag a bunch of people to see it for 2 hours, so we did something else. Yeah, I remember now I remember my KK topic was about role models and heroes, because yesterday we were watching Wiley and I was oh my gosh, throwback. And I was Tian, isn't she amazing? She's she's the best. I was just she's you, but better and a girl. And he was is this why you hang out with me, because I sound like Wiley? And I was no, I found Wiley before you. And it was just really funny. I was Wiley was the type of person you would date, because you guys are the same person, but she's better. It was really funny. And her hairstyle, there's this one video and I was look, Tian, that's the hairstyle you said you liked. So it was super funny. So yeah, that's what I did this morning. I did that, and then I had to meet somebody because he had to pay me back, because yesterday at Taste Dinners he bailed out without paying for his. He somehow managed to not pay for his drink. He only paid for his food. So I awkwardly was left with his check. So he paid me back for that. And I was talking to him for kind of a long time about random stuff, about face drama and things. So that was fun. And then I went home and I was OMG, time to wake up. Woke up and I was talking to Brandon, and because originally the play thing we were gonna see was at 2. So then he came and picked me up. I hung out with Brandon for times. We were catching up because I haven't seen him since the beginning of the semester. I feel it's been literally forever. I wanted him to be in one of my videos, but he was nah. He was vlogs, LOL. And I showed him videos of Tien to try show him what Tien was because Tien wasn't there. And I showed him the video where he's talking about the candle, and then I showed him the very first video where we were in the car, and they were he sounds the same, and I was no, they don't sound the same. And the candle one, Tien's in Oregon mode, and the first one he's I'm a Valley girl. Apparently he sounds the same, so I was okay. And then his friend was just hating on just vlogs in general, and he was LOL, I can't watch this. And just hanging out with Brendan is always really chill, so we were just chilling in his apartment, doing stuff. For whatever reason, I was playing Candy Crush and Soda Saga nonstop the entire time. I don't know why. I just started playing it when I got in his car, and then kept playing it the entire time I was in his car, and then in his apartment, just casually playing this game while I was talking to them. I have no idea why. But it was so interesting walking around his house, because I've felt I hadn't been there in years, and it's literally only been a couple months. And it's just always really good to see him. He's a really good friend, so yeah. And then we did birthday runs, and I ate most of the food from the birthday runs. When we went to a popsicle place, and I ate both the popsicles from the 2 different popsicle places that were the same. And then I was the one who ate the first sandwich. I didn't eat a smoothie, and we didn't go to Lollicup. It was funny because I told Tian we might go to Lollicup, and he was oh, because Tian said he was going to Lollicup, and I was oh, we might go, maybe we'll run into you there. And then he messaged me he was at Lollicup. I saw it an hour later, and was whoops, because I kind of fell asleep in the car during the time we were around the Lollicup area. So I was sorry about that. Yeah, and so that was cool. We went to a bunch of Larry Steps. There were these 2 places that rejected him, and it was so dumb because one of them was Mochi's, and I went to Mochi's with my mentee on his birthday, which was on the 15th, and they were gave him food, But today, the person was all like, no, you can't, we don't do that. And I was like, what? So I was like, sad faces. And then one of the other places we went, like, didn't even care about checking his ID because she was like, you're the third birthday today. And I was like, whoa. We were like, whoa, cool. And then, like, when we went to one of the other ones, the person, like, right in front of us was like, yeah, it's my birthday. Was like, yeah, it's my birthday. And he was like, whoa, it's my birthday too. And they were like, birthday buddies. So, yeah. Brandon was dressed so nice today. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen you dressed this nice, ever. And he was like, thanks. And he was like, oh, yeah. He was like, you're right. I think I met you, like, after that phase in my life where I, like, dressed really nice. So that was, like, really cool. Because it was funny. He was like, I'm dressed like a Mormon. And I was like, LOL. And then, like, his other friend, he told me that, like, his other friend was, like, gonna... Because he told his friend, like, oh, I'm just like a Mormon. And he said his friend was going to be, like, oh, like, making fun of his outfit and stuff and tell him to change out when she got there. But she, like, didn't say anything. Because originally he was like, oh, I'm probably going to change when she gets here because she's going to be like, you look stupid. But then he didn't. So he was, like, dressed really nice the whole time. It was funny because I'm usually dressed nice, but I'm just, like, super casual. Mostly because I wore the shirt, but, you know. So that happened. And then I, like, went home. Just hanging out, like I told you. I was like, should I go to study rooms? I was like, let me just sit around and look at this new Honey book that Tian, like, left here because I told him I wanted to look at it. It's, like, really basic. And, yeah, it's basically just, like, the Facebook posts, like, all put in pages, I think. That's what it looks like. It's nothing really special. But he said it was, like, cheap, like $10, $12. I guess that's not so bad. It's really, like, a coffee table book, I feel. But, yeah, I definitely would not buy. People, please don't hate me. I feel like if anybody finds these, they're going to be like, what's wrong with you? Why do you hate Brandon Stanton? And I'm going to be like, I don't hate Brandon Stanton. I just don't understand why everybody's obsessed with him. Yeah. Jokes, though. Nobody will ever find these videos. I'm, like, saying this, and I'm like, one day when somebody finds these videos, like, this is going to come back to me. That's okay. I got this. It's all chill. I don't know how I've already talked for 7 minutes. I feel like I only talked about, like, 3 things in my day, and I've been talking pretty quickly, but for whatever reason, like, the time's just like, shoo! But anyways, I'm, like, studying Chinese. I'm going to be, like, super good and, like, get a good grade on my exam. That's the plan. She emailed us, like, the topics, and I, like, was already looking at it, and it should be, like, pretty simple. I think I only need to study for, like, maybe 4 hours to, like, ace this test, but I'm, like, afraid that I'm going to, like, study and then, like, still do bad, or I'm, like, going to start studying and be like, oh, my God, I actually don't know how to memorize characters and, like, fail or something. I don't know. I think I'm just being, like, super dramatic right now, because, like, I think one of the hardest things, like, the hardest thing besides learning characters for me is, like, pinyin, because, like, I don't know, second and third is, like, a struggle for me, because it's, like, a native speaker thing or something. Especially, I think Taiwanese, like, have, like, more problems with second and third because the way we pronounce it is, like, not as distinct or something like that. And, like, we don't even need pinyin on the test because it's all, like, actually, like, knowing characters, reading, writing, vocabulary. So, like, pinyin is just, like, our quizzes, and we already did all of our quizzes. So, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm, like, it should be fine, but I don't know. I also have no idea why this video is so long, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope you, like, appreciate how, like, on point, like, my hair and my outfit are, because I'm just, like, I look so, like, classic today. Anyways, oh my gosh, I said something. I don't remember what it was, but I, like, oh, I think I, like, said something like, oh, we were joking around because, like, Brandon's like, oh, like, we're gonna go drink. And I was like, oh, sorry, I can't drink with you guys. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not old enough to drink anyways. Maybe next year I'll come with you. And I was like, next year, like, you can take me out drinking. And Brandon, and I was like, you can be DD. And Brandon's like, I don't think I want to spend your birthday with you. You're not gonna, if I'm not allowed to drink. And I was like, that's okay. Tian doesn't drink. We'll just get him to drive. And he was like, oh, if Tian's still, like, like, around. And I was like, yeah, he'll be around. Even though, like, yeah, he'll probably still be around because he'll be around for, like, the holidays, even though he, like, won't live here anymore. And then Brandon, like, made this reference to, like, the Taylor Swift song, like, Style. He's like, oh, you guys never go out of style. And I was like, LOL. I was like, on point reference. They were making all these other references today that I, like, totally didn't get, and it was, like, super awkward. And I, like, earlier, like, at one point, I, like, said something about League, like, not realizing that Brandon's roommates, like, play League and, like, stream on Twitch. So I said something, like, mean about League, and, like, they made, like, a reference, and I was like, huh. And then, like, 2 minutes into the conversation, I was like, oh, like, you guys play League too. Awkward. Wow, you can totally watch this on 2-speed. I'm, like, talking for 1 million years. Okay, bye.